Alright, everyone, welcome back to part 11 of Jojo's Stand Rankings. Uh, Last episode we looked at the Green Dolphin escapees. Now we're going to be looking at the not so fortunate people of Green Dolphin State Prison that haven't escaped. We're going to be looking at their stands. So first up we have Go-Go Dolls, or Goo Goo Dolls, I don't know which one it is. This is the stand of Gwes, Jolene's cellmate. And this stand's ability is that it can shrink anyone who is in its radius. Like, it shrinks people down in its radius. It's not really that useful, honestly. And Gwes was kind of using it, like, in a pretty messed up way. She was having, like, people, like, be like a bird, like a little parrot. I think this is a C tier. Nothing too crazy about Go-Go Dolls, but it was an interesting first enemy, I guess. We did get Rattling out of this stand. That is something of note. Next up we have Manhattan Transfer. This is the stand of John Gallier, or Gallia. Manhattan Transfer is a stand with it's got like two sub-abilities. Its first ability is it can read wind currents, which for a normal person like me or you is probably not so good. But for its user, because John Gallier is blind, that is like amazing for him. And its other ability is that it can redirect bullets. So kinda in a way, it is a worse version of Sex Pistols. Because if I want to stand that can redirect bullets, I'm gonna go for Sex Pistols and not Manhattan Transfer. Maybe if I was blind, I would pick it over Sex Pistols. But fortunately, I'm not blind. Next up we have Highway to Hell. This is the stand of McQueen. This was one of the guards for Green Dolphin State Prison. So what the stand does is it shares its damage. That's like what it actually does. It's damage sharing, but it's mainly just used to show off. Like, I can see like a common misconception on how like the stand is. Oh, if I kill myself, you're gonna die. But I mean, yeah, that is technically how it works. But it is damage sharing. I don't think you would get any use of this IRL. If I think even alright, IRL, this stand is probably like one of the worst ones to have. But even in like a series like Jojo's, that stand is still C tier. I think Highway to Hell is. I think we got our first Part 6 D tier. I think we do. Yeah. I just can't see it being any higher, personally. Next up, we have Marilyn Monson. I personally really like Marilyn Monson. I don't remember who the user is, but this was the villain where it, like, Jolene and Foo Fighters had to keep playing catch, basically. So what Marilyn Monson does, you have to make, for it to even start, you have to make a bet. And if you lose the bet, like if you're betting money, you have to pay it that amount. And if you can't do it, it's just going to start taking like organs from you. Like, I think it took like an organ out of Hermes and like put it into the dead. But kind of like what I just said with Highway to Hell, usefulness probably like C tier. But personally, I like it. I like its design. I like the arc. I think it's A. Yeah, I do think it is A. I think it's A. Alright, next up we have Jumpin' Jack Flash. Did this one have two abilities? I don't remember. I know its main ability is it does. It's got a main ability and like a sub ability kind. Its main ability is gravity removal, and you kind of just start like floating up like woo woo woo. That in itself is kind of good. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think this is a C tier stand. But its sub ability is that, like, in the stand's body, it has like these screws that it can just shoot out. I don't think Jumpin' Jack Flash is that good, personally. But maybe somebody can tell me about this in the comments. Maybe somebody can give me the hype of Jumping Jack Flash. Next up we have Limp Biscuit. This is the stand of, what's his name? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I can't remember. It's Hermes' like main villain. What was his name? Sports Maximum. Fuck yes, I got it. Alright, Sports Maximum. This is the stand of Sports Maximum. This stand reanimates things from the dead. That's so cool. It makes zombies. And I think at one point it even makes like invisible zombies. Personally, I don't really care. I think this is another C tier stand. Yeah, and personally, I'm not a big fan of like the Sports Maximum arc. Yeah, sorry, Sports Maxi. Next up we have Survivor. This is often considered what is to be one of the worst stands in JoJo's, just for like what it is. Basically, all it does, it's like, it boosts people's anger, and it can go up to like an absurd amount. And just like everyone else, I think this is D tier. Can't really do much with it in the real world or real life. Sorry, Survivor. Next up we have Planet Waves. Planet Waves is the stand of one of the prison guards that was in like the max security for Green Dolphin State Prison. And basically what this does, it is just meteorite attraction. Like, it calls for a meteorite in space. Is it as bad as some of the stands in D tier? I'm gonna say no, but it is like, I do think it is bottom C. Personally. I just don't really see like calling a space rock to Earth is going to do, other than like help kill people. Like, you'd have to be like a fighter or a killer to get any of use of this in like real life. Next up we have Dragon's Dream. Dragon's Dream is a stand of one of like the prisoners that was in like the max security place. And what this does is it tells you like lucky places to go. Is it just fights? Like, it just helps you in fights? I don't remember, but I think we have another C tier stand. Plus side, it talks to you, so I guess like if you want like a friend, or if you're really lonely, you can talk to the dragon. Yeah, I just think like, I mean, it could help you in some scenarios. Like, maybe you could like avoid getting hit by like a ball or something. It could tell you like, hey, go over there. I think it's also like secretive on what it tells you. Like, it doesn't like elaborate. I think it's pretty good. We're getting a lot of C tiers. 5 C tiers? No, 6 C tiers. Dang. Next up we have Yo-Yo Ma. Yo-Yo Ma is a fat little bastard. Editor, pull up a picture of him. And this is another stand that is like, hey, and it like talks to you, and it's like, it's very friendly at first, and it has a really high intelligence, but when no one's looking, it burns its target away with its acid saliva. Not useful really, but I'm thinking B tier, honestly. I don't think he's that bad. Like, you could, basically, Yo-Yo Ma is a rage-baiting JoJo stand. That is what it is, and I think, for what it's worth, I think that is pretty funny. And we now have a stand in B tier. We got a part 6 stand and all the tiers now. I don't remember the name of this stand off the top of my head, but I will pull up what it is on the screen. But this is a stand that shrinks things. It like shrinks things the closer you get to it. It makes something its target, and as Jolene and Anasui like approach the green baby, for example, they were following the green baby, and as they got closer to it, they kept shrinking, like down, 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 and down as they got closer. That's this stand's ability. I think C, because personally, if I wanted a stand that was shrinking things, I think we're gonna go to B tier's Little Feet. Or if I can't get Little Feet, I think I'm gonna want Go-Go Dolls. Alright, next stand, final stand of the video, we have Jailhouse Lock. Inverse, this is a very scary stand. What this stand does, it makes it to where the person who is affected by this stand cannot remember more than 3 things, and when they remember a third thing, that first thing they tried to remember is forgotten. And I think that is pretty scary as like a stand, just like as a concept, because what the stand has done before, it like traps people in like thinking limbo, and it also affects the people around you. Like for example, Jolene was like, everybody in the prison was like wanting to watch a movie, and she like ruined it. Don't remember. Yeah, she like spoiled the movie. I think, but I think the stand is pretty good. I like its freaky design. I think we're gonna go with B tier. I think that's a nice place to put it. And yeah, we're almost done with part 6. We covered the residents or the inmates of Green Dolphin State Prison. And in the next video, we're going to be covering Poochie's stands and Dio's children. So look out for that video next.